Hey Permacult, sorry it's been a while since our last video. April and May have been busy months in the garden for us. In addition to that, we've had a couple setbacks. One of our computer monitors had a run-in with a kitten and we had to get a replacement. On top of that, we've accidentally got 3 deliveries of wood chips instead of 1, and it happened to get put right on top of my prime sunny planting area in the garden. So I've been spending most of my days trying to move that out of the way. So it's LIB weekend and it's about to be 100 degrees over 100 degrees for the next few days. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to get some videos out for you guys. So every morning when I get up and every afternoon I like to do a garden walkthrough, check on the plants, see what sprouts might be coming up, weed, whatever. So I'm gonna take you on my evening walk and we'll see what we've got going on. Alright, so I start at the top of my garden where we have our drip line set up. Got it on a timer, especially for our trees. It's about to get super hot, so have them set for a little bit longer. We've got 2 lines running. The right line runs to my fruit trees and the left line is going to be running to our annuals, which we don't have all planted yet, so it's not quite set up. So if we follow the drip line along this way, got some flowers planted along the barn. Got some climbing flowers and some blanket flower, and these are going to attract pollinators and make our dilapidated barn look a little bit nicer. Got some, oh wow, look, we've got a sprout here actually. This was not here earlier when I watered. This is a silver dollar plant. It makes these really pretty silver seed pods in about 2 years. Got another one planted here, so hopefully I'll see that one start coming up soon. This is why I like to walk twice a day, because you don't usually see, you'll see something totally different in a few hours now. So one of the main things that we've done since my last video is plant a bunch of more fruit trees. This one's an apricot. And you can see our drip line running here on its automatic timer. Got some companion plants planted around the fruit trees, some basil out here, and nasturtium flowers over here. Got 2 apple trees. This one is a Honeycrisp apple, which are super good and really expensive from the grocery store, so it'll be awesome to have them grown in our backyard. Around this we've got strawberries, chives, and comfrey as companion plants. We follow the drip line this way. We've got 6 okra plants planted here, and then after that will be our tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, other things. But as you can see, the remaining third of this chip pile is still in my way for getting that area prepped. So I want to move these chips out of the way, get the soil amended because I know we're low on nitrogen. We've got clay soil and we're also a little low on phosphorus. So that's going to take me a bit of work to do, but I'm going to do it once the temperature drops a little bit. We've got cucumbers on this teepee right here. They're starting to vine up, and then 2 squash plants. Oh, this flower started to open up. This was not quite developed yesterday, so the labels on my plants sort of washed away. So I recommend using something more permanent than what I used, because I'm not sure if this is a zucchini or an acorn squash. I'll find out when it fruits, I guess. I know they're both bush kinds, so I'm not too worried about it. Here you might recognize our pomegranate tree from my last video. Yeah, welcome to gardening with ADHD. Definitely plan before you plant, because once we went and bought the rest of our fruit trees, I realized that our pomegranate couldn't be where it was because it was going to get shaded by our larger varieties. This is one of our corn mounds. This one's not growing quite as well as the other one. I think it might not be getting enough sun. I know they both had phosphorus deficiencies. is indicated by the purple stems here. So I added some bone meal here, but our beans are growing way faster than our corn. So maybe I should have waited for the corn to catch up before I planted the beans in this mound. But hopefully the phosphorus and worm castings that I add to this, we can get the corn back on track. We might have to add supports to this for the beans. I also planted squash, vining squash, on either side of both mounds, and that'll spread out and be a natural mulch in addition to this light layer of wood mulch that I added to the mounds. This is our second apple tree. This one's a Gala apple, another variety I really like from the grocery store, so it'll also be great to have. Then we have lemon balm and comfrey around this one for now as companion plants. Comfrey makes a good chop and drop mulch. This is our Fuerte avocado. It's looking a little sad. Our yard had a little bit more sun when I was planting it, but now that everything has full leaves on it, it's not getting quite as much. But hopefully we can get this guy happy. Needs to be restaked for sure. Got cilantro growing around this one. It's funny that cilantro makes a good companion plant for avocados since they taste so good together too. And here's our like really happy corn. You can see this is way bigger. It's got a lot of growth compared to the beans on this mound. This is ideally where we should have been when the beans on the other mound sprouted. Also have vining squash on either side of this mound, and then been putting the bush squash on the south side of the mounds. So all these grow together. If you don't know about Three Sisters mound planting, it's a Native American technique. The corn acts as a support for the climbing beans, and then the beans supply nitrogen into the soil for the other plants, and the squash acts as a mulch to keep moisture in the ground, keep it shaded, keep it cool. Got a couple more companion plants I need to plant. A squash needs to be planted, but again, this giant pile of mulch is just in my way, and it's taking a lot of man hours to get it done with just a sad wheelbarrow. We had a tractor last time we had our big pile, which made it a lot easier. So this one's gonna take a little longer, but it's fine. Hey, free workout. Gets you out in the sun. This is our Navel orange tree, which somehow the people dropping off the mulch just barely missed with the pile. I'm honestly pretty impressed. Look at that. It's inches away from my orange tree. So it's like a happy accident, but could have done with a little less at one time. Have some nasturtiums planted around this one as well. Here's our happy avocado tree. This is our Hass avocado. Need to restake this guy. Got a side branch going off there, kind of drooping down. And you want to restake them before their supports start growing into their bark because it can injure them. So I'll restake this one and get it a little better. Thai basil, chervil, more comfrey. And then back here, I really like this that I planted. Got a little shade garden going here. Got 3 borage plants and foxglove flowers. So I can't wait for those to bloom. I think this will be a really pretty corner of the yard, and we'll add some more shade plants along the fence line as we go. If we go over to this mound on this side of the wood chip pile, got a rosemary bush, some lavender planted over to the south. I love lavender. I haven't had too much success with it in the past, but I think having automatic water on it will help me this time, having it in the ground, because I think it needs more water than, they always say, oh, it doesn't like getting waterlogged, don't overwater your lavender. but I have definitely had issues with it during the summer. So hoping this French lavender goes for it. This really pretty variegated sage. I love it. So this is our little Mediterranean herb planting area. So now let's go out the gate, because it's got some pretty exciting things out here on the street side. Ugh. Okay. This is where I put my berry bushes. This is a raspberry, a golden raspberry. You've got some flowers forming and some berries coming in. I think this one produces twice. It's a fall bearing and spring bearing. Can't wait to get some berries off of this. I planted some sunflowers along the fence here. I thought it would just be pretty for the neighborhood, for the street. In addition to that, this fence will get really hot during the day with the direct sun on it. So if I can shade this fence a little bit, hopefully we won't scorch the berry bushes and the flowers we have growing in front of it. This one's blueberries. If you looked on my Instagram, you saw the picture that I posted of the blueberries coming in. They have gorgeous flowers, lots of like pinks and purples and blues. It really reminds me of her succulents. And I think this will be one of the first things we get berries off of, because it had flowers when I bought it. Can't wait to try those. And then this superstar is my blackberry bush. Got a lot of flowers on him. This one was the very first flower, so that'll be my very first blackberry, and I can't wait to taste it. I planted some sunflowers along here, but actually what we have going on here is a big field of wildflowers. So there's usually a lot of like weeds and native grasses growing along here along the road, but we threw a bunch of sunflower seeds down and set up a soaker hose. You see tons of cosmos, which is this like spindly plant. And so all of these wildflowers are going to attract pollinators. We have lots of ladybugs hanging out in them, which are beneficial. Those eat a lot of the bad insects in our garden. So this is, in addition to being ornamental, this is a functional native plant area on our property. You can see our cosmos are going to come in different colors. This one looks like it's going to be like a purple color. And then we have some that look like they're going to be orange. Let's see if I can find a bud. But we have, I don't know the names of these. We have these pretty blue flowers. There's a little purple one. Wow, look at the leaves on this. It's like green with purple borders. I'm so excited for this to come into bloom. This is going to be really exciting. So that's my daily garden tour. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I do every day. If you want more recent updates and see what we've got going on from day to day, check us out on Instagram and Twitter at The Permacult. I'll be back soon with some more videos. Definitely one about the avocado trees, which was a lot of information to take in after we bought them. So I'll be passing on that knowledge to you. And then maybe an unboxing video of the seeds we bought a few months ago. Stuff that we're gonna get transplanted into the garden. So I'll see you next time.